Indian Test captain Virat Kohli has dropped a bombshell in his press conference ahead of India's tour of South Africa. When asked about BCCI President Sourav Ganguly's claims that he had personally requested Virat Kohli to continue as T20I captain, Kohli replied there was no such communication between him and the BCCI. Kohli claimed when he first told the selectors and the administration about his decision to quit T20I captaincy, they never really questioned it and accepted it without any fuss. Listen to what he said.
जब T20 कैप्टनसी को छोड़ने की मैंने पहले BCCI से कम्युनिकेट किया, सबसे पहले मैंने BCCI को अप्रोच किया कि मेरा ये पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, ये डिसीजन है और इन रीजंस की वजह से मैं ये करना चाहता हूं, तो उसको बहुत एक अच्छे तरीके से रिसीव किया गया. उसमें कोई ऑफेंस नहीं थी, उसमें कोई हेजिटेशन नहीं थी, उसमें मुझे ये नहीं कहा गया था कि आप T20 कैप्टनसी ना छोड़िए, बल्कि उसको बहुत अच्छे से रिसीव किया गया कि बहुत एक प्रोग्रेसिव स्टेप है और सही डायरेक्शन में है. तो उस टाइम मैंने कम्युनिकेट किया था कि जी हाँ, मैं ओडीआई और टेस्ट में कंटिन्यू करना चाहूंगा अनलेस कि ऑफिस बेयरर्स और सिलेक्टर्स को लगे कि मुझे ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं करनी चाहिए, और ये भी मैंने कॉल पे क्लैरिफाई किया था उस टाइम पे. तो मेरा कम्युनिकेशन बीसीसीआई को क्लियर था उस टाइम से कि मैं क्या करना चाहता था, और मैंने ये जैसे बोला कि मैंने ये ऑप्शन भी दिया था कि अगर ऑफिस बेयरर्स और सिलेक्टर्स को लगता है कि मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए तो वो डिसीजन उनके हाथ में है.
Our sports senior executive editor Vikrant Gupta is now getting asked much more on that big story. Vikrant, what a mess this is. Essentially, with BCCI saying something, and in a very candid press conference, Virat Kohli essentially indicating that what the BCCI is saying is far from the truth.
Well, one riddle fits in and the other one goes astray. That's what's been happening, Sneha. In fact, Virat did pick that line up. What Sourav had said the day after the captaincy switch. Sourav had said that I had spoken to Virat and I told him not to give up the captaincy, and Virat, very cryptic, said that everybody was very nice to me and this and that, but it was never mentioned to me that I should continue as the T20 captain. Somebody's lying, or there's some half-truth somewhere. God knows where it is, but I think the BCCI would also have to dig deep. I don't think the manner in which they treated Virat Kohli while taking the captaincy away from him was dignified. He's somebody who's played for India for a long, long time. He's won new games. He's been the captain of Indian cricket team for a long, long time. Look at his records as the Test, the One Day and the T20 captain. You wanted a change, which is fine. You have some cricketing logic in bringing in Rohit. I think that was perfectly fine, but it should have been done in a dignified manner. And what surprised me was it happened just the way Sourav was sacked as the Indian captain 16 years ago. I mean, Sourav had won a series as the Indian captain, 2-0. He came back to India, he was sacked as the captain. And if 16 years later the same situation happens, it means that there's something wrong in the system. It should have been dignified, like I've been saying for a long, long time. You should have sat down Virat Kohli, you should have sat down Rohit Sharma, the new coach Rahul Dravid, who's also a central figure in this entire saga. The chairman selection committee should have been there, the board president, the board secretary. They should have at least spoken to Virat, spoken their mind, taken his mind, and then told him, look, Virat, this is the problem. You've been outstanding. You've been a great servant of Indian cricket, but we want to go in with Rohit Sharma. And it's not as if Virat would have said, no, you can't change me. Ultimately, it wasn't Virat's decision. It's not in his hand. It's the selectors and the board president who's got the veto power. But if they'd done that in a dignified manner, the situation wouldn't have been where we stand now.
Yes, Vikrant, also in this very candid press conference, he's also spoken about the fact that there is actually no rift between him and Rohit Sharma, and that he's not too happy to comment on what sources have been telling the press, isn't it?
Well, rift, I've been maintaining, Sneha, for a long time, is a very harsh word. You know, it's a much abused word. When you say there's a rift between me and you, it means we've been at each other's throat. It wasn't the case. They batted together for India for a long, long time. Yes, there have been differences of opinion. Not just Virat and Rohit, maybe Virat and other players as well. Maybe Virat and Ashwin, maybe Virat and X, Virat and Y within the dressing room. In fact, at a level, if there is difference of opinion, it augurs well for the team, as it does in a newsroom, where if you've got the right to differ on any opinion, on any news. It's a good, healthy newsroom. So there would have been differences of opinion. I'm sure there were for a long time, which is fine because Virat has one style, Rohit has another style of approaching a game. Maybe it reflects in their game as well, reflects in their captaincy style as well. But the rift word was, I think it was a wrong assumption. It's good that Virat has spoken about it. In fact, Rohit also gave an interview 3 days back where he said Virat has led the team with dignity, he's led the team with aggression, and it's been a pleasure playing against him. So maybe your dressing room needed this balming effect. Maybe, in the garb of a major controversy, at least ahead of the major tour, your dressing room will feel a little more relaxed. It won't be easy for India and South Africa. Cricketing, if you take the cricketing reasons or you take the off-field reasons. But this statement maybe, it'll help calm down things a bit.
Vikrant, I'll just come back to you for more on that. Do be with us. So where is the ball, in fact, and who's scored really right now? Sourav Ganguly scored because Virat has debunked his claims. BCCI scored because shoddy treatment of Virat Kohli is evident. Indian selectors scored because Virat was kept in dark on BCCI plan. Rahul Dravid because onus on him now to settle the differences. Sports Minister on because to ensure that the BCCI does its job and does it well.
Because we have created that kind of bench strength. And
India Test captain Virat Kohli has cleared the air regarding his rumoured rift also with India's limited overs captain Rohit Sharma. We're talking about that with Vikrant. While addressing the press ahead of the departure to South Africa, he said rumours regarding his rift with Rohit Sharma are baseless. Now, speaking on how Sharma is not going to be a part of the test squad in the African nation, Kohli said India will miss the services of their opener in the all-important series. He has also said that reports about how he has asked for a break from the ODI weren't true. Talking about the 3-match ODI series against South Africa, Kohli said he's available for selection and wants to perform his best.
मेरे और रोहित के बीच में मैंने पहले भी ये कितनी बार एड्रेस किया आके कि हमारे बीच में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है और ऑनेस्टली मैं पिछले 2 या 2.5 साल से मैं इसको क्लैरिफाई करे जा रहा हूँ रेगुलरली और मैं थक चुका हूँ इस चीज को क्लैरिफाई करके क्योंकि ये बार-बार सवाल मुझसे पूछा जाता है और मैं आपको एक चीज गारंटी के साथ बोल सकता हूँ कि मेरा कोई भी एक्शन या मेरा कोई भी कम्युनिकेशन कभी भी टीम को नीचे लगाने के लिए नहीं होगा जब तक मैं क्रिकेट खेलूंगा. Will miss his abilities a lot. I mean, he's proven in England already that he's really worked his test game out, and the opening partnership was very important for us to play in that series that we did. So obviously, with his experience and his skill, we will miss his qualities. But having said that, I think it's an opportunity for someone like Mayank and KL to step up and solidify that start for us that we got in the last series and make sure that the good work is carried on in this series as well. Well, I was and I am available for selection all this time. You should not be asking me this question. Honestly, this question should be asked to people who are writing about these things and their sources. Because as far as I'm concerned, I was always available. I have not had any communication with the BCCI to say that I want to rest. So, there were a few things that came out in the past as well where it was said that I was attending some events or something which was absolutely not true either. So, all these people who are writing these things and their sources, to me, they're absolutely not credible.
देखिए, खेल बड़ा है और खेल से बड़ा कोई भी नहीं है. किस खेल में, किस गेम में, किस खिलाड़ी के बीच में क्या चल रहा है, मुझे इसकी जानकारी मैं नहीं दे सकता. संबंधित एसोसिएशन फेडरेशंस का ये काम है और मुझे लगता है वही जानकारी दें तो उचित रहेगा.